Rochelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about a knitting whip, and we're going to be talking about a crochet fail. Yes, the pattern won. I didn't make it. And also I am going to be responding to some of you all's answers from my YouTube community tab. So you may be wondering what I'm wearing. I'll go ahead and get it out of the way. This is the Saturday Sweater by Tamara Kelly of Moogly. Now, I have an entire video dedicated to the process of making this top, so definitely go on my channel and check that out. All right, let's jump on into the knitting whip that I have. And so I shouldn't say that this is a fail because it's not, but to make this, I had to learn how to do German short rows on sleeve caps, and I already knitted the sleeves once, but y'all, the sleeves are way too big. I picked up way too many stitches. The pattern has been amended to decrease the pickup stitch count, and so therefore I just ripped the sleeve out. But this is what I have right now. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. This is a design by Ashley Lelis, and it is the Bright Bay t-shirt. And I will leave links to everything I discussed in the description box below. But yeah, this is it. And I am going to be doing a completely dedicated video on the process of knitting this garment. And yeah, that'll be whenever I get these sleeves done. But the good thing about it is I did learn how to do German short rows. It was my very first time. And yeah, I took some notes. Ashley made a wonderful tutorial video to go along with it. And so now I think I got how to do it. But anyway, the yarn that I am using is my own hand-dyed yarn, Queen's Yarn Boutique, and this is in the Minnesota DK base, and it is 50% superwash merino and 50% cotton, which I really like. It has kind of that squish of the wool, but it has like the sturdiness of the cotton. It does have stretch to it, which I really like. Yeah. So anyway, these are 231 yards each. This is a 4-ply weight. And what I like so much about this yarn is, I'm trying to see if I can find it. There are very, very subtle specks in here. So it's kind of a grayish blue color, and I'm not really big on like wearing a whole lot of neutrals, so for me it's kind of like I get this nice gray base, but it has like these tones of blue in it. So depending on how you see things, it may be more blue to you, it may be more gray to you, but either way it does have deep blue and dark greenish brown spots ever so speckled throughout it. And so I'm very, very excited about this one. And like I said, when I finally finish this thing, I will be doing a separate video about the entire process of knitting this. Okay, so all right, y'all. Let's talk about this crochet fail. Okay, so the top that I wanted to make was it was the Forget Me Not top by Grace for the Frills. Yes, Grace for the Frills. And I absolutely think this top is wonderful. I love the scallop edging. I think it's beautiful. I also like the yoke neck, and that's not something that you see in crochet patterns a whole lot. At least I haven't, so I was very excited to do like a yoke neck. Y'all, let me tell you. Now, this is it's a free pattern, but it is, you can pay for it on her blog, like if you don't want all the ads and stuff. But here is my issue with that. Okay, now I'm going to share this because it is a free pattern. So I made, I made the size, let's see which one. Oh, so I made the size large, and it was way too big. So then I went down to the medium, way too big. here's the issue. So for my bust size, I kind of clocked in at the size large, which is totally normal. And for the neckline, you are to do a crochet chain of 112 chains. 112 chains for a neckline? And so then I was like, okay, don't freak out, calm down, read through the whole pattern. So I read through the whole pattern thinking that at some point in the pattern, you like pick up stitches around the neckline. Maybe you do like some single crochets or something like that. And no, the neckline is the neckline. And I was like, no way. And so then I thought about going down another size, which I think would have been the medium, which is not my size. And the neckline was 104 stitches, or a chain of 104. And I was like, y'all, ain't no way. And so then I thought, okay, well, maybe I'm still going to do it because I was really enjoying the pattern. And I was like, I'm going to do like a little off the shoulder thing. And then I'll add in some straps just to cover my bra strap. Y'all, nope, that didn't work. That did not happen. It was still way too big. So yes, the yarn that I was trying to use for it is this lovely Cascade Cantata, and this is 70% cotton and 30% superwash merino wool. Each skein has 118 yards, 200 meters per 100 grams, or 3.5 ounces. Y'all, this yarn is super squishy. But the headache is this yarn is nearly impossible to frog. I actually ended up frogging that top 3 times because I was like, this pattern is not going to defeat me. I am going to get this. Maybe it's me. But by the time I had crocheted the yoke 3 times and it was still so big on me, like my friend Mimi, she said the funniest thing. So the top is supposed to have like a boat neck. So it's supposed to go out to about here as a boat neck. And she was like, girl, that thing is a Titanic. That is not a boat neck. And I just thought that was so funny because like the neckline was out to here. My office is falling apart. So anyway, yeah, just like crazy. So yeah, I will leave it in the link below because I am sure this top has worked for somebody. It's just not for me. And if you have made it in another size, let me know. How did the neckline work out for you? Maybe you can, share your Ravelry with me and let me know, because I had to give up on it and I feel defeated. I feel defeated by this crochet pattern. Like, driving me nuts. Anyway, yes, but I have plans. I'm not giving up completely. I do have plans to try another one of her patterns because I need to figure out, is it me? Is it the pattern? What is it? I'm going to make another pattern by Grace for the Frills for sure. That won't be the last one. I'm going to give it another try. Yes. So anyway, I love this yarn though. It's a blown yarn. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really squishy. It's just like, you need to know what you're doing because pulling this apart and frogging it, ooh, tough. I was really hoping to crochet something with this yarn, but since the fibers stick so much together, I might try knitting something with it. We'll see. But I did really like the way it looked. In that pattern, trying to think, you're primarily using double crochets, if I remember correctly. But either way, those stitches were so beautiful and defined in this yarn. They really were, especially because this yarn, since it's a blown yarn, it has like these white fibers on the inside, and then you can see the blown in blue turquoise fibers on the inside. And this colorway number is 25, but I looked on the Cascade website and the color name is turquoise. Yeah, why do yarn companies do that? Like, you get the number, but then you got to go online to learn the name of the colorway. I don't know. Maybe somebody can explain it for me. That would be fantastic. Okay, so moving on. I have done a redo of a pattern that I did last year. I do believe it was April 2022 that I made this hat. And it is a loom knitted hat. You all may remember this. It was a part of, well, I knitted on this while doing a music only video. So we were just chilling and crafting and making this hat. Now, the hat came out really good, but I felt like it was a little snug on my head because I have a lot of hair, and I felt like it was super snug, and it was cute, but I was like, okay, I feel like this could be better. So what I did is I traded out the green loom, which I believe was a 9-inch loom. I ripped the hat out and I re-knit the pattern, or re-loom knit the pattern, using this 12-inch circular. So that's what I used. This is the hat. I feel like it fits me a lot better now. And the tail is still here where I cinched it in the middle because I'm looking for a pom-pom. I don't really wear a lot of pom-poms on hats, but I just feel like if I could find like a white or cream color, burgundy, you know how you can get those pom-poms that kind of has like multiple colors in it. And so I really want to get me a faux fur pom-pom that's got like off-white and kind of a dark red in it. I've looked everywhere. I have not been able to find one. I actually went to Joann's to try to find one, and more on that later. We'll talk about my Joann's trip. So anyway, this is the hat. And like I said, I did use a 12-inch loom, and I'm definitely going to be using this size loom for now on. I love the fit, and this colorway, I love it. It's amazing. I really like, when I was looking in the skein, I had no idea how this yarn was going to knit up, and it ended up making this beautiful stripe detail. I also wanted to say that this brim is double folded, so you know, that was really fun. But anyway, this particular yarn, it is Lion Brand Thick and Quick, and Woolies, yeah, which is Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. That's a lot. Anyway, this is a super bulky yarn, and it is 80% acrylic and 20% merino wool. And the colorway is Red Beacon. And so each skein of yarn is 87 yards. And I use the entire skein of yarn. So if you are a loom knitter or just, you know, regular hand knitter, of course, I don't know, you could probably machine knit with it too. I don't really know how yarn weights and machine knitting work. Anyway, you can make this hat with one skein of yarn, 87 yards of super bulky weight yarn. Now, when it comes to crocheting, you know us crocheters, we love to eat up yarn. So I'm not sure if you could crochet an adult size hat with one skein of yarn, but hey, give it a try. Let me know. I mean, I don't think it's impossible. I don't know. Let me know if you try it. So yeah, so this is my hat. So I do have some more show and tell to share with you all further along in the video, but I wanted to get to some questions. You lovely folks responded on my YouTube community tab, and I am just so grateful for that. And so I went through and I pulled like a few questions. I think it's like maybe 3 or 4 questions. And I just wanted to respond to some of those. Okay, so the first one is, if you were stuck on a desert island with all the basic things you need, food, water, the basic stuff, what are 3 crafting supplies, knit, crochet, weave, spinning, whatever your craft is, painting, it doesn't matter. What are 3 crafting supplies that you would want with you? And so for me, I said that I want a 5mm or 5.5 crochet hook, and also a 5.0 or 5.5mm knitting needle, and a very large skein of DK or worsted weight yarn. And I thought I was really doing something because I've got 2 of my favorite sizes. I've got my crochet hook, I've got my knitting needle, I've got a ginormous ball of yarn and my favorite weight. I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good answer. Well, then some of you chimed in, and yeah, your answers were way better than mine. The first one is, 3 crafting supplies I would take are my notebook filled favorite patterns, a large 20-gallon bag stuffed with cotton and wool yarn ranging from fingering to worsted, and a beginning crochet hook with a range of crochet hooks, a pair of scissors, stitch markers, measuring tape, tapestry needle, and etc. Oh my gosh, that is such a better answer than mine, because a 20-gallon bag stuffed with cotton and wool yarn ranging from fingering to weight, like fingering to worsted, the bag is one item. So what you fill it with is up to you. The bag is just full of stuff. And then for the third thing is an actual crochet kit. So instead of just bringing like one crochet needle or a crochet hook, you just buy one crochet kit that's got everything in it. Genius! Okay, so another one is a 5.5mm hook, a 4mm Tunisian hook, and an endless supply of yarn that converts weight to according what I'm making. That is so smart. An endless supply of yarn that converts weight according to what I'm making. Like, that just made me want to just take my answer down. Like, that is just genius stuff right there. And another one I got was a 5mm circular needle, a set of 5mm DPNs, and a big tote of worsted weight yarn. This person totally gets me. I would love to have that. Throw in a crochet hook, we're set, okay? Like, we are set. If we need to cut the yarn, we can, like, I don't know, find something on the island to cut it with. I'm sure we'll find something. You can make stitch markers, all that stuff. But yeah, if you got your hook, your needle, your yarn, you are set. And so that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Okay, so the next question is, which have you created more this year so far? Knitting projects or crochet projects, or about the same for both? And I just thought this was like a really cool question. And this was a poll actually, and so 36% out of 61 votes said that they have created more knitting projects this year. 52% said that they had created more crochet projects this year. And 11% said about the same amount for both. So I just thought that was really interesting. If I look at my year so far, I'm going to say that I've done more knitting projects than crochet, simply because I have just slipped into the world of test knits. And so that is causing me to like knit way more than I normally would. However, let's see. I have finished a crochet shawl. I'm working on another crochet top. And then I have like a list of probably 5 other things that I want to crochet. And I think it's because the weather has gotten warm. And I love wearing nice, like warm weather friendly crochet projects like this. I love it. I love like the holes in it. I don't really wear like a lot of knitted things during the summer or, like the spring, because it gets hot down here in North Carolina. but a nice crochet top like this, perfect for warm weather. So I definitely have some crochet projects coming up that are great for warm weather. I have done a ton of knitted projects this year. Unfortunately, I can't wear any of them because it's too warm. Like, it's just too warm to wear them right now. So you all will see those more in the fall and the winter during the colder months. Okay. All right. So the third question is, and this is a spicy one. Is it a compliment if someone says that your knitted or crochet project looks store-bought? So let's just say you're at the local Wally World or the local Target and you're wearing your beautiful hand knit sweater or your beautiful crochet top, and this innocent person walks up to you in the aisle and goes, "Oh, where'd you buy that?" And you're like, "Oh, I knitted it, I crocheted it." "Oh, well, it looks store-bought. It looks like you bought it out of the store." Let me know in the comment section right now, would you think of it as a compliment? Like, "Oh, like it looks so good. It looks like it came out the store. Like my stitches must really be, straight and perfect." Or would you be totally offended like, "Oh, no, you didn't? What? No, I made this with my hands. Thank you." Let me know what your response would be. So I did get a few responses and I'm going to read some of them. So one person says that store-bought rarely has flaws. It is generally mass-produced, whereas handcrafted is unique and takes time to make. Yes, I would, I definitely agree with that. It's like, especially like knitted projects, knitted items, since there are knitting machines, like they can be mass produced. And then when you think about crocheted items that are in stores, there's a little uncertainty about how these crochet items are being made because there are no crochet machines. So I think in that respect, I understand how someone can be offended, especially like if you spent 3 months knitting a sweater and somebody comes up and tells you that it was store-bought. I could understand how that can make you a little heated because, it might take minutes to machine knit something, mass produced, but for you to knit it yourself or crochet it yourself, it may take several months. So I definitely understand that. Also, this comment is saying that store-bought items rarely have flaws. The beauty of handmade, even if your stitches are just perfect and wonderful, it's not, sometimes you have flaws in it and you're okay with that. It's like you're like, "Man, I missed that stitch," or "I did a single crochet when I should have done a half double." And then that's just like your little thing. Or maybe the colors didn't, I don't know, maybe they didn't blend well or something like that. It's you, it's unique, it's for you. Whereas mass-produced things tend to be without flaws. So I definitely understand where this comment is coming from. Another person said that I think it's a compliment because most likely they can't imagine making something by hand or imagine the hours it would take. And I also completely understand that because it's like if somebody sees your sweater and it's so beautiful that they can't even fathom that humans' hands made it, like it's that amazing. I do think that's a compliment. Like there's just no way, like that sweater you're wearing, it's so perfect. Like I cannot believe human hands made that. I think in that respect it is a compliment. So it really just depends on like how you look at it. Okay, so another comment was, "This can be a compliment in saying your item looks very professional." Or a backhanded compliment in saying it looks so professional and well made. How could you have really made this? So it could be a compliment or it could be throwing shade. Yes, I'm right there with you. It's kind of like what I was saying earlier. It's like your project can look so amazing and so professional. It's like, whoa, like how in the world did human hands do that? But on the other hand, it could be like a shady backhanded compliment Like, you made that? I didn't even think you could make something like that. Okay. You know, like they don't feel like you're actually capable of making the item. And so in that respect, I think it's all about, like, have y'all ever heard the saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it? And I think in this sense, this applies. Like, it depends on how they say it, how they approach it. And I think it just depends on each situation, whether it's, you know, a shady backhanded compliment or someone really saying, like, whoa, this is so professional, like, this is amazing. Okay, so we have a few other, okay. So someone says, since crochet can't be done by machine, I can't see how store-bought is a compliment. If we were talking sewn clothing, then it's a left-handed compliment. Why can't people just say, I love that. Can you make or buy me one? That's so true. It's like sometimes people can't believe that you made it. And so, you know, I think I would be less offended if somebody was to say, oh, can you make me one? I mean, my answer is most likely going to be no. That might be less annoying than, oh, that looks store-bought. Now, I do understand, kind of like what I was saying earlier, crochet can't be made by machine. And so, you know, as humans, we are not machines. You know, so I definitely understand how that could be offensive to someone. So I get it. All right. Another person said, I think it usually depends on how they deliver the statement as to whether or not I see it as a compliment. That went back to the way I was saying earlier. It's how you say it. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. Another person said, it does not make my day, but I take it as a compliment. So it's one of those things where it's like, it kind of annoys you, but you just kind of smile and say, thank you. And, you know, you just go on with your day. Another person said, I'm in the minority here. So for me personally, it does make my day if someone thinks my knitted item looks store-bought. I don't want it to look crafty or homemade. Yeah, I understand that. It kind of goes back to a video I did a while ago about unpopular opinions. And some people feel like, especially crochet, some people feel like crochet looks homemade or super crafty, you know? And what this person is saying, that if somebody tells me that my crochet top is looks store-bought, then that means it looks professional. It doesn't look homemade and crafty. I would not want somebody, I don't know, it's like, I guess it just goes back to how it's said, you know, like, is something looking homemade really a bad thing? But I do totally understand what this person is saying. All right, so someone else said, it does not make my day. It makes me cringe a little. But I know it's meant as a compliment, so I try to take it as that. And so this person, even though it totally makes them cringe when someone says that their project is store-bought, they just try to see the good in it and just keep it moving. And I have to say I'm the same way. I'm most likely just going to say thank you. Oh, but you know, I did make this, but thank you so much anyway. You know, something like that. And another comment is, it is a compliment coming from someone who doesn't knit. I'll thank them, but I don't enjoy this particular comment. So this person doesn't like to hear that it's store-bought or that it looks store-bought, but she also understands that not everybody knits. Not everybody crochets. So a lot of times it's like, if you knit or crochet, you kind of have this trained eye, like, oh, she's wearing a ranunculus, or he's wearing a Stephen West shawl. Like, you know, you can look at it and tell. But if you don't knit or crochet, it's kind of like you have this untrained eye, and so you don't really know. It's kind of like, you know, ignorance is bliss. And so it's kind of like you can't jump down everybody's throat because they can't tell. Like, some people, they just aren't trained to these things. But I think also, how would you all feel if you knew that someone was a knitter or crocheter and they still looked at your garment or your knitted or crochet project and said it looked store-bought. Let me know how you would feel if somebody did that to you. Once again, it had to be in the context and in the situation, but I love reading you all's responses, and I would really, really, really love to know how you all would handle that situation. All right, y'all, let's talk about some new stuff that I've gotten. So some of these I have bought, and some of these are gifts by amazing people. So the first thing I wanted to share with you all is some yarn that I bought at PopSmart. Not sponsored, I just happened to stumble in there. So my husband and I were out and about, and I saw this shop before, and I looked at it from the window, and I was like, I don't really think there's anything interesting in there. But I happened to be searching, like in the town that we were in. I always search to see if there's a yarn shop. And I searched for yarn shop, and Pop Shelf came up. And so I was like, okay, well, let me just dash in there and see what we have. Well, I did find some yarn. This place was so cool because it was like Purpletopia. It was purple everywhere. The carts were purple. This store was purple. And you all know I love purple. It was just, I felt a sense of calm when I went in that store. I absolutely loved it. Okay, so while I was in there, I did manage to find some yarn. And so I picked up, let's see, I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these skeins of yarn. And let's see if these aren't wrapped up in there. I also found some earrings in there. Love these. So this store is kind of like, to me, it's kind of like Big Lots meets, I don't know, like Ross, Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, it has house stuff in it, but it has like all kinds of stuff in there. It's amazing. Anyway, I managed to get 8 of these balls of yarn. And for me, whenever I'm buying yarn, I like to buy sweater quantities so I'm not stuck with a lot of these one-off skeins. And so I like to try to get between 1,000 to 1,200 yards. And this yarn is Karen Simply Soft Party. And I know my friend Monica is laughing at me because I always used to talk so bad about Karen yarn because it splits so much. But I am going to try this. I've never tried this before, so it'll be fun. But I was looking for something nice and sparkly. And so, yes, I was happy to find this. So this particular yarn color is Teal Sparkle. And it is 99% acrylic and 1% metallic. Each skein is 3 ounces, 58 grams, 164 yards, 150 meters. Y'all, this yarn is so squishy. Oh my gosh. And I'm a big fan of teal, so I think this looks amazing. I love it. Oh my gosh, it is so squishy. Like, if you all go into, you know, like one of those big box yarn shops and, you know, you see this, make sure you squish it. It's so squishy. But anyway, also, you all may know that I don't like to buy projects without having, or I don't like to buy yarn without having a project in mind. So I have 2 projects in mind with this yarn. The first one is the Be Thankful Cardigan by Lily Kate France. Now this is a knitted cardigan and it requires Aran weight yarn. And I feel like this would apply. Let's see if we have a stitch count. Yeah, stitch count is 18 stitches by 24 rows. So I think we can make this work as a Aran. I'm pretty sure we could. Of course, I'll swatch, you know. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of making with that. Or I'm thinking about making the V-neck sweater by Ashley Cornesi, and that is a crochet sweater that I'm thinking about making, and it uses the Trinity stitch. It's really pretty. But yeah, that's a crochet sweater, and it does require worsted weight yarn, so I know that this will work. And yeah, it just would be nice to have a sparkly cardigan or a sparkly sweater, so that would be really nice. So that's that yarn. And also I have this beautiful skein of yarn. My lovely friend Mimi, who has a channel called Made with Mimi, she attended local yarn shop day back in, let's see, was that May or June? I can't remember. Anyway, she went to local yarn store day, and now I have fluff. I feel it. Mohair. Anyway, she totally gets me. I mean, look, it's purple, right? You know, purple yarn, like, it's amazing. I have no idea what I want to do with this, and there, I got it. I have no idea what I want to do with this, but anyway, this is by Malabrigo, which I love, and it is their Malabrigo mohair. It is a lace weight yarn, 229 yards, 210 meters, 25 grams. And this is 72% mohair and 28% silk. I am definitely going to hold this double with something. And at 229, I could definitely make a hat. I am pretty sure I can find some yarn over here to hold this double with. And I'm just so happy that she thought about me on local yarn shop day, because I wasn't able to get out. But yeah, I'm so happy with it. I mean, it's beautiful. It's got greens and orange and yellows and blues. Like, it's amazing. I mean, I don't know what else to call it other than amazing. And the color is 005, which is anniversario. Yeah. That's what the color name is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Anniversario? Maybe? Yeah, I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. All right. So that's that. Now, I also, I got another gift over there, but I'm going to show you all these knitting needles that I got. So I was looking for some wooden needles to use for small circumference knitting, you know, sleeves, things like that, and potentially socks if I ever knit another pair of socks in my life. We'll see. Anyway, so I found these, and I got these on Amazon. Oh yeah, I forgot all this other stuff that was in there. Anyway, I got this on Amazon, and it is the Knit Pile 12-inch, 30 centimeters short circular needles. And it comes in 11 sizes. So yeah, these are the needles. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about them yet. I don't know. I haven't tried them on anything yet. I have to admit, they were a lot smaller than I thought they were going to be. But that's kind of the whole point of small circumference knitting. So yeah. I wanted to try wooden needles, but I didn't want to like break the bank. And so these were really cheap. I'll leave the Amazon link below. If you all have ever knitted with these, let me know. Let me know how you like them. They feel pretty smooth. I just don't know how they would do on wool yarn. So I might try them on some silk cashmere yarn that I have and see how they go. But yeah, they're amazing. 11 sizes, like that's awesome. Yeah, so that was that. And they came in this nice little pouch, knit pile. So I like that. And let's see what else was in here. A nail file. You can tell this was designed by knitters because there is nothing worse than you having a nail that needs to be filed and it keeps catching on your yarn. The worst. And also, I got some darning needles. I always need these. I can never have enough of these. I use these to weave in things. I do prefer the metal ones, but these are nice too because they're bendable. So if you know, maybe you cut the tail too short on your project, those are perfect. So yeah, got these. Okay, so also I wanted to talk about another gift that I got. I love this so much. So my husband and our anniversary was back in May, but we didn't see our in-laws until much later. So anyway, my sister-in-law, who knows I love yarn, she got me this t-shirt. Is it not perfection? Oh my gosh. It is beautiful. I love it. It's totally me. So, it's purple, of course, and it's a beautiful shade of purple. So, it says, crochet fills my days, yarn fills my living room, dining room, bedroom, and closets. Yes, ma'am. This is true. I try not to have yarn all over the house because, I kind of have to share the house with my husband too. But if we're going to be honest, there's most likely yarn in every room. Maybe not all rooms, but definitely a lot. So yes, I love this so much. It totally gets me. I was just so happy. The words relate to me. I love the color, and it is totally me. Okay, so this next project, this is a gift. I'm saving this for last because I really wanted to spend time on it. So first of all, one of you lovely viewers sent me a gift, which was just like a total, surprise to me because, I don't ask for gifts or anything like that. So I was, when I was contacted, I was like, yeah, sure. You can send me whatever. And to give you all a clue, this is the wrapping paper that the box came in. It's like knitting stitches. Like, first of all, that lets you know right there it's about to be something good. And then it was wrapped in this beautiful ribbon. Y'all, if you know anything about me, gifts are nice, but the way they're packaged is super important to me. I really pay attention to those details and how things are packaged. So I love this. And also, it came with this beautiful hand-stamped card that I love. And I hope she doesn't mind me saying, but this is from Carrie. So Carrie, if you're watching, hello. Thank you so much. It's so wonderful. And so she gave me a few things. The first one I wanted to show was this Hand Therapy Rose Water Moisturizer that she gave me. And a few months ago, I was dealing with trigger finger where my hand was getting caught. And then I had to go and get a shot and all of that stuff. And my finger is actually doing a lot better. Sometimes it will still get stuck, but it doesn't hurt anymore. It's like I can knit and crochet without pain. So anyway, a lot of you have been giving me wonderful resources, books, different things to try, videos to watch to help with hand exercises, and I have been using them. But Carrie here sent me some hand cream, and so I haven't used it yet, but it is a hand therapy cream. So I think that will be wonderful. I can't wait to use this. I wanted to show you all first before I opened it because I didn't want to ruin the packaging. Okay, now for the big thing that she gave me that blew my even my husband was like, did she make those? Like, that's amazing. Okay. She made these beautiful stitch markers. Of course, you can use them as progress keepers too. Oh my gosh. First of all, they're purple. The main color is purple, but they're beautiful. It has sheeps and hearts and yarn and flip-flops on it, teapots. Look at these charms. Like, seriously. It has keys. I mean, how? Like, how? It's just beautiful. And I love the clasp on them, how big they are. Like, I'm going to be putting these on bags. I'm going to be putting this on all kinds of stuff. And she just, like, the box just was overflowing with stitch markers. I mean, incredible. Oh, there's a teacup. Just incredible. And an owl and a bird. Every time I look at these, I find something new. Because I've stared at these quite often. Quite a bit. And every time I look at them, there is something new on there. There's a watering can. Incredible. Carrie, if you're watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And just thank you so much for your support. And not only Carrie, but all of you all who watched, like, thank you. I don't ask for anything. I like for you all to watch my videos. And yeah, I just appreciate all of you all and your support so much. All right. So with all of that, let's take a trip to Joann's, shall we? I hope you enjoyed that trip to Joann's. They were having a massive sale. Like, there's a ton of stuff in the clearance aisle. There was a ton of stuff 30% off. I didn't leave with anything only because I did not have a project in mind. However, there was some yarn there. I believe it was from Lion Brand, and it was a respun yarn. And it was in like this huge skein of yarn. Y'all, that was the squishiest yarn in the store. I believe it was 100% polyester. I don't believe I've ever worked with 100% polyester yarn, and I wasn't sure like what it was gonna feel like, but oh my goodness, it was so squishy. And then there was another one I picked up that was super squishy. Anyway, I don't know how long this sale is going to be going on. Going to Joann's is a treat for me because it is not in my town. It's not even in my county. So I have to jump counties to even go to Joann. So it was definitely a treat for me. I enjoyed myself immensely. And yes, so I have links in the description box below to everything that I talked about today. Also to my favorite knitting and crochet supplies. I have that link also. And also check out my YouTube community tab. As you all saw today, we have a lot of fun over there. There's a lot of questions and I love reading you all's responses. And hey, one day they might make it into a video. And so also let me know, what did you work on today? Did you knit, crochet, spin, weave, fold clothes, do laundry, whatever? Let me know what you did. Or maybe you just took this time out to chill, which is what I recommend. But anyway, yeah, definitely let me know. Also, I will have my Ko-Fi link in the description box below as well. And yeah, check me out on Instagram. I like to do a lot of fun videos on Instagram, especially like the music usage and the music license. It's not like as strict as it is on YouTube, so I can have a lot more fun on Instagram. So check me out there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And to continue watching, you can simply click on one of the videos on the end screen. So until next time, bye.